A community rally is being held this afternoon in support of the Ontario Sign Centre. We're listening in to Councillor Paula Fletcher speaking. Let's listen in.
So with that, I want to turn this over. I want to thank our mayor for being here in Riverdale Park, a place where I spent many hours with your late husband, defending the Don River, cleaning up the Don River, defending the Don Valley, and we're so proud to have you here with us today, Olivia.
Thank you. Alicia, you got me thinking. The stars and the rainforest. It's so beautiful. You can imagine it, you can see it, you can almost touch it, isn't it? And that is the experience that every child in Toronto and in Ontario need to experience. I would hate to see it move out of your neighborhood. What I've done, of course, Science Center, I take my grandkids there. Well, before the grandkids, I took my kids there. Now I spend many, many wonderful, beautiful hours with my grandkids exploring everything. In fact, I have a lot of photos in my phone. My position, louder, okay.
Hold it closer.
Okay.
Hold it straight to your mouth.
Yeah. It's not often that I'm not loud enough. Is that better? Yeah, I love the Science Center. I love the building. I love the environment that is built in. The neighborhood is so important. It's critically important, especially for the children and the young people and the families in the neighborhood, because there's not a whole lot in that neighborhood. And my position has not changed. I want to see the Science Center where it remains. The land it's on belongs to the City of Toronto. It has, yes, it does. Through the Conservation Authority. The Ontario government has a 99-year lease with the city only for the Science Center, okay? Which means that it's going to be very hard for them to do anything else on that land because it belongs to the people of Toronto. Yes, which is good. Now, under the New Deal, now as you know, we don't have a complete say over how it's going to operate and how much money it's going to receive. Under the New Deal that I've struck with Ontario government, one part of it is to say that no matter what happened to the Science Center, we want to have local programming in the Science Center, in that space. What does it look like? It's up to all of us. So let's begin to imagine. I don't want to imagine that Science Center would leave. However, on top of what we have now, what is it that we would like for the local community? We can begin to think about a bit of it. Yeah, the Science Center, yes, of course. At least we have something that we can dream of too, if the worst come to worst. So, but I don't give up. No. Are you going to give up? No. No. Okay. Joining me today is a very strong voice who probably also have taken his daughter to the Science Center thousands of times, Molly, right? So allow me to introduce Josh Matlow to say a few words to all of you. Councillor Josh Matlow.
Thank you, Olivia. First of all, thank you, Mayor Chow, for being such a strong champion and advocate for the people of Toronto. Doug Ford has been selling off and selling out the people of Ontario, from the Greenbelt to the waterfront to the Science Center and everywhere in between. And it's time for all of us to take a stand and say enough is enough. Enough is enough. The residents of Flemington Park and Thorncliffe Park had no consultation. Nobody asked them about how important the Science Centre is to their jobs, to their employment, to their quality of life. Nobody asked those residents about how a lack of access to education and programming and opportunities for their children would affect their lives, because nobody in our Ontario government seemed to care. Moving it down to the waterfront may seem like a good idea to Doug Ford, but it doesn't actually make sense.
No.
As Councillor Fletcher and Mayor Chow said, it doesn't make sense to have all those buses struggling to get down to Ontario Place. It's not good for our city. It doesn't make sense to rip away an important cultural center from the heart of the north part of our city. Every part of our city should have a hub where people can go to take their kids, to be entertained and to learn. I know that I speak on all of our behalf when I say to Doug Ford, keep the Science Centre where it belongs, in Flemington Park. So that you and my daughter Molly can continue to enjoy it exactly where it belongs. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Councillor Fletcher and Councillor Matlow and Mayor Chow. One of the things Josh just said about the traffic, one of these days we'll have crosstown LRT that will stop maybe 100 meters away.
We've been listening in to a community rally being held this afternoon in support of the Ontario Science Centre. We listened to multiple city councillors and Toronto Mayor Olivia Chow speaking. Mayor Chow saying she was not going to give up on saving the Science Centre, but is looking ahead to the future of a new Science Centre if, quote, worst comes to worst.